Hello and welcome to SudoKanard. We're here to solve this sandwich Sudoku, which was featured in round 2 of the Polish Sudoku Championship in 2019. It was worth 83 points, which would make it like 40 or 45 points in Sudoku Grand Prix, I think. And the special rule of sandwich Sudoku is that whenever you have a number in the margin, then this number is the sum of all digits sandwiched between the 1 and the 9 in the corresponding column or row. And something to keep in mind is that the maximum value of such a sum is 35. The sum of all digits from 2 to 8 is 35. So in this case, we are missing the 2. So 2 must be outside the sandwich, and that's the 9. And something you can do is keep track of the sandwich crusts with the 1s and the 9s. Well, at least if you're solving this on a computer, you can use this. If you're solving on paper, you should just use some kind of notation like circling the digits or something like that. Just putting a circle to note that this will be a 1 or a 9. Now, let's have a look at this 24. Oh, perhaps I can color all of this. Let's look at this 24. The outliers will sum to 11. So the only way of doing this is to add digit 3 here, declare it an outlier, put the 1 here, and just put all the other digits here. They will sum to 24. Now this 20 sum, we can just color this purple. This 20 sum will use at least 3 digits, and the outliers will sum to 15, which uses at least 2 digits. So that's a digit, that's another one. But there, 2 digits outside the sum, adding to 15, would necessarily be 7 and 8. But 7 is not available, so we need at least 3 digits. And the 9 is somewhere in here. I just pencil mark it like this. On paper, I would just draw a small 9 on the front here, on the line, on the small segment between the cells. Let's look at this 19. 19 can't be made with just 2 digits. We need a third one. And the outliers sum to 16. 16 won't be achieved with 8 and 7. 16 needs at least 3 digits. So we know that there is a 1 somewhere in here. This 28 is interesting as well. Or perhaps I should look at this 9. 9 here, we already have 2 outliers, but if we were to have 3 digits summing to 9, they would be 2, 3, and 4, and 2 is not available. So that has to be the 1 that closes this sandwich. And we see that there has to be a 1 somewhere here. 4 can only be made with 1 digit, so there will be a 4 somewhere here, but it's not here because of this, so the 4 is here. That's the 9, and I can use some more coloring. 13 needs at least 2 digits, and at most 3, because 4 digits, 2, 3, 4, 5, will make a sum of 14. So that's the 1. And here 9, we won't go this way. We will go this way. We'll need at least 2 digits. At most 3, but 3 digits again would be 2, 3, and 4, and 3 is not available. So the 9 is here finally. And there will be a 1 somewhere in here. So that's the 9. I can remove this pencil mark. And the 1 can only be here because there's already 1, 1 in the row. 18 needs at least 3 digits, so the 9 is here. 10 can use 2 digits. Actually, we need to sum to 10, so we can only make this with a 4 here, so that's the 1. 21 we'd use at least 3 digits, so we won't go this way, and actually we already knew we had all the sandwich digits in here, and the 9 will be somewhere in here. The 9 for 13 will be somewhere here, but let's look at this 21 first. We need at least 3 digits, so the 9 is here. Here to sum to 5 we need a 2 here, the 1 there, and then we need a 9 somewhere. It won't be here, it won't be here, that's the place. And then this 1 puts a 1 here, and this 9 puts the 9 here, and the last 9 is here, and all coloring has been done. So that's a 1, that's not a 1, that's the 9, and that's the 9. Now let's just do the math. This 7 needs a 2, and I could also just see which clues have been fully used. This has been fully used, this as well, this as well, this as well. This 5 also, this 33 has been used to its plane potential, to its full potential. Plane is just a French misuse, mistranslation. Alright, for this 13, we just put a 7 there, so that's 3 and 8. This 28 has only 1 digit missing, so that's a 7 to complete to 35. Here we need a 5 and a 6. And let's have a look at this. We need 20, we already have 11, so this plus that must be 9. It won't be 5 and 4, it's 6 and 3. This 2 is not in here, it's here. That's not an 8, so that's a 7 and an 8, and we get a 4 and a 6 in here. So 20 has been done. This 18 will use a 6 here. This 19 we have 13, so that's a 6. Where else can we look? Let's just do some Sudoku, I think. Where do we do some Sudoku? This 5 is not here, so that's a 5, that's not a 2, so that's a 2, and that's a 4. And we complete the column with a 3. Here we need 2 and 8, so that's the 2, that's the 8, 4, 5, 7. So 18 here, so those must sum to 17. We already have 5, so this plus that should be 12. 3 candidates here. On this row, the outliers sum to 14. We already have a 2, so this plus that should be 12. 4 here would put an 8 there, but we already have an 8, so that's not 4. 5 here would put a 7 here, which wouldn't work. So that's the 7 and that's the 5. And now this 21 is fulfilled. This 9 here, 4 will come with a 5, 6 with a 3. Well, we don't know yet. We still need 3, 5, and 8. So 3 or 8 here, 3, 5 or 8 here. Here that's 4, 3, 4, and 6. No 4 here, no 6 there. Here it won't be 3, 6 or 4, 5, so it can only be 2 and 7. So that's not a 7. This is 5 or 8, but let's remember we need those to add to 12, so that's the 4, that's the 8. This 18 is now fulfilled. And this 8 here gives the 3, 8, that's a 4. Now, those sum to 13, so those must sum to 22. We already have 15, so that's a 7. And the missing digits are 2 and 5. This is now fulfilled. 21, we already have 15, so that's a 6. This is done. What remains here? This 9 is done, actually. And this 9 is almost done. This 9 is done. This 9 is almost done. So the rest should be just Sudoku. Here we need an 8. It's here. That's a 6. Here, 3, 7, and 3, 7, and 4. So that's a 3. That's the 4. That's the 7. We already also have an 8 here. And that's a 4 to complete to 9. So now all sandwich clues are fulfilled. We just need to put the remaining missing digits. So that's the 4, that's an 8. Here we need the 5 somewhere, it's here. And the 7, up there we get the 7 here, and that's the 6. And 3 and 6 to wrap this up. So that was really not difficult, but compared to the killer Sudoku that I sold a few days ago, I mean a few videos ago, it's only been a few minutes ago in my timeline, I think this one needed at least as much work. And it was much less, it had much less points. Much fewer points, probably. Sorry about the grammar. But it was a nice sandwich put together. It was a delightful sandwich, if I may say so. Thanks for watching this, and see you soon on SudoKanard.